How's it going, guys? It's your boy Salty Uchiha, right here at Kaneki, 2/3 of the Golden Triangle, Anime Late Night Podcast. Yeah. Shouts out to Senju. We're here to do One Piece Chapter 896, manga review. Haven't seen you guys in like 2 weeks. What's up? How's it going? Yeah. For you guys who are asking about the gaming channel and the Pound Cake Showcase on Anime Late Night Backdoor, I am working on those currently. So just give me a little bit of time, all right? But I'm sorry that's been late. But yeah, just give me a little bit of time and I'll have that up. As well as for the gaming channel, I should have the character trailers up hopefully sometime over the weekend, maybe, leading into next week. So look out for that. And yeah, One Piece, Chapter 896. What were your thoughts, sir?
I was okay with it. I would have liked the fight to be a little bit longer, but we gotta wrap things up. That's the majority of the chapter for me. I just like seeing the send out that Luffy did for Katakuri, which was like covering his mouth with the hat, so the others won't see it. And it's kind of crazy because like it's kind of symbolic that Katakuri kind of fall on his back, and he's like, oh, he's the man that never fall on his back, never been defeated, and that's kind of like being reinstated by the relative at the beginning of the chapter, where one of them was like, what's the possibility of Brother Katakuri being defeated? And others like, are you really asking me that? So it's a little bit foreshadowing at the beginning. So I thought that was cool. Peckham showed up with Brule, dressing like a fool, thinking he's a superhero and shit.
Hey man, I like his costume.
It's alright. I don't know how he got in the mirror. I assume he has been in the mirror for quite a while. Maybe he got in there while what's that bitch? Flambe got in there.
Possibly.
So I assume that's how he got in there. Snatch up Brule. Like, you come in with me, bitch. Tie her up, gag her. And I guess they saw the fight between... No, they saw the end of Katakuri with Luffy. Where it's like, hey, Straw Hat. What kind of foul trick did you use against my brother? Luffy got... Oh, not Luffy. Sanji got a tongue accent from Pudding.
Yeah. We'll discuss what that promise thing is later.
That's it for me. What about you, bro?
Alright, so for me, Big News Morgan. Let's go over to him first. Talking all that hot snap and whatnot. He's gonna definitely get a dope-ass cover story out of this if it all works out. And it's also funny to see the brother... What's that dude's name? The one.
I think like Sir Mount.
Yes, Sir Mount or DeMount. It's funny to see Mount basically still getting butthurt, talking about he ain't never gonna make it out even if he was Goldie Rogers. Wow, dude, why we name dropping people, man?
And he still doesn't realize the 10,000 trip he sent out.
Gone, baby. They gone, baby. They gone.
They're sitting under Rachel's ass. Thighs, legs.
All those places are good places. So yeah, they're down in the deep. What do you think they did with the bodies?
Throw them into the ocean.
Oh, I would have cloned some of them if they were worthwhile.
Burn them.
That too, I guess. So there we go with that. My boy Peckham's is back in the mix. Yeah! I called that many moons ago. So yeah. Now, I know people are saying that his costume is a bit ridiculous, but I'm glad that Peckham's chose to pick a side, so happy for Peckham's. Until he finds out that they were in line with Capone. Then we'll have to wait and see how that works out.
I think you already know.
Oh, touche. I guess they did brief him on that. Well, either way, he picked a side. It is what it is with that, so I'm happy about that one. Next situation is Oven and his bullshit. Apparently, Oven is sitting there like, yes, Straw Hat, come and see what happens. Now, with that being said, let's jump to the other brother we saw. One that looked like he came out of like Samurai Showdown or some shit.
I think that's the Asian one. What the fuck was his name?
Yeah.
His name was based off of like a dumpling or something.
Yeah. So as for him, I liked his plan initially. We'll have to see if it plays out like that. That could be foreshadowing also, but I did like his plan. His plan wasn't terrible. I think I could have probably come up with something a little bit better. but that's neither here nor there. But it was actually kind of nice to see the conversation amongst the brothers and sisters on what's the chance of Katakuri losing. As Kaneki had said earlier on, they kind of already foreshadowed that he might lose, and it is what it was. Let's get to the actual fight itself. So Katakuri is much larger than we gave him credit for. That's smoothly large, as far as I'm concerned.
Probably a little bit more like Whitebeard.
Maybe. So that's kind of interesting to see how that all worked out. Now, there's a small conflict as it pertains to the translation. The translation I read right before recording this said that he's
we're all professional here. We read the chapter right before we record it.
Yeah, very professional. As it pertains to Katakuri, he says, "Are you going to come back and defeat Big Mom?" Luffy says, "Of course I am. I will be the Pirate King." And Katakuri is like, "Huh? I guess you really can see in the future." But in Kaneki's translation, it was,
"Will you come back to defeat the Big Mom pirates?" Luffy's like, "Of course I will, because I'm going to be the man to become the Pirate King."
Believe it.
Oh, don't say that. I read Black Clover just this morning.
Oh, okay, my bad. Why would you do that? Don't say that. It's not cool. I love Black Clover.
And then Kakura, I guess you're looking pretty far ahead into the future.
So you can kind of just take that as you will, and whatnot. So there you go. As it also pertains to Katakuri when he got up, well, Luffy gets up first, because they both eventually end up falling. Luffy falls first into that crater. Katakuri falls face first. And then after...
Well, before that, though, we saw the initial impact, which is Luffy had to avoid Katakuri attack.
Yes.
I guess by someone being on, kind of crevice?
Yeah.
And then Luffy landed a punch on Katakuri.
Yeah, directly.
But it doesn't, take that, effect right away, I believe. Because Katakuri didn't fall into after Luffy fell down the hole.
That doesn't mean it didn't hurt. It just means that he was willing to stand up longer. He's probably already unconscious. Think of Rock Lee. So Katakuri, but like I said, Luffy does fall first. Then Katakuri falls face down, and then it was maybe 12 minutes.
It's 8 minutes.
All right, 8 minutes.
So you can see the clock count now.
Right. So we'll say 8 to 10 minutes.
It's 8 minutes.
Until Katakuri gets back up, until Luffy gets up, brings himself out of the crevice, clawing,
Falls to the ground.
And then falls to the ground, and then Katakuri is standing up above him, which was rather scary, to be honest. And Luffy's just like, "What time is it?" Then they have their conversation. Katakuri falls over on his back this time, and whatnot. Not dead, but he's definitely on his back. And Luffy comes up and is like, "You can take my sweaty hat. I won't need it anymore." Places it on his face, which I'll let Kaneki explain the symbolism behind that. Which, that's kind of cool. I mean, I don't know if he's just going to walk around with a hat over his face.
Again, not a scarf. Or he should wrap his scarf.
Well, I mean, when his family finds him, I should say. And then you still got Flambe, who's going to be a bitch about that shit. Gonna hurt.
That's in the mirror world.
Yeah, I know, but I'm saying, when she...
If Straw Hat just happened to kill her...
They're not going to kill her.
It just happened.
If they happen to kill her, yes, but they're not going to kill her. Eventually, she's going to wake her big ass up.
No. Just happened to kill her.
All right, man. And so, as soon as Katakuri falls over, Luffy gives him his hat. Peckham shows up holding Brûlée, all wrapped up, nice and tight. Which Brûlée was actually the point of conversation amongst the brothers and sisters, talking about she was kind of like the wild card, essentially, because I guess she doesn't have a lot of defense. I don't know, they were shitting on her pretty hard. For someone who is so crucial, she's the key, as one of them said.
They don't give a shit about each other, really.
Yeah, well, sadly. So, they were shitting on her heavy.
I think, only Katakuri really care about,
at least with it. Anyway, so she was really the point of conversation for the most part, because she was the kind of the edge on whether he was going to get out or not. Another point of conversation, though, was our boy Sanji.
Well, that's just weird, though. Speaking of smoothie, still waiting for him to do something interesting, anything.
Save your nonsense for speculation,
so
sir.
Right now, let's try. I feel like they're just cruising along. I thought she was chasing after them, but alright.
They got a lot. They already have enough to worry about, sir.
Not really.
Yes, really. Now, let's talk about the Straw Hats for a minute. So they were basically weighing out what their options are and how bad, and basically assessing how bad their situation is, which it isn't good. That's for sure. The situation is not good. But they were basically weighing out not necessarily their options, but their chances, and it looks kind of slim. And yes, Lady Smoothie wasn't exactly present during that panel.
I mean, actually, Peckham coming in kind of like relieved some of their worries that they talk about. The main thing they were talking about is, will Luffy remember to find Brûlé or have Brûlé there after the fight?
But then the time, though, too.
Well, the time, I think of 5 minutes.
He doesn't know that now.
He does.
Well, he doesn't know that. Katakuri didn't tell him what time it was.
No, not Katakuri. Like, Sanji told him, like, after he defeated him, meet him at Kakao Island at 1 p.m.
Yeah, I know, but I'm saying that Luffy himself doesn't actually know what time it is currently.
I think he does. Pretty sure he does.
I'm pretty sure he doesn't.
I'm pretty sure Peckham's gonna, like, fill him in.
But it'd be fair to say that at this present moment, he doesn't know what time it is. Oh, man.
You're giving Luffy a lot less credit than he deserves.
I'm sorry, sir. I would have expected more out of this fight.
Like, come on here. He's not Zoro, who get lost all the time.
Wow. Getting lost and not knowing what time it is two different things, though, sir. But
I'm pretty sure.
All right, so let's jump over because he's trying really hard. Well, he's not trying really hard, but
you gotta remember, there are clocks in the mirror world.
Yes, but do you really think he was looking up at any of those things? At the present moment, he does not know what time it is. Will Peckham fill him in or somebody else? Yes, but at the present time, he does not know.
Because, like, after the fight, like, you gotta remember, like, Luffy kind of have, like, that dialogue where it's like, I gotta meet Sanji at 1 p.m.
Right.
So,
but
take that as you will.
Fair enough.
Take that as you will.
Fair enough. Okay. So now we move on to Capone and the Fire Tank Pirates, which Capone yet again. Some of the people in his crew were like, we're done for. Prometheus is literally on top of them, and Capone, one of the best speeches ever, said that despite the fact that we all come from different corners of the world, if we die together. That right there is a sign of a good captain, a great captain, even. So well done to that, Capone. Very well done on that. All right, you want to say something about that? Oh, okay. I thought you might want to say something. Now to Sanji, who has already crept up on, is already on Kakao Island, and he's over there with Pudding, and he said that he's more worried about how he's actually going to get Luffy out of the situation. And he's like, well, I guess it's time for us to part ways, Pudding, which was further back in the alley, was like sitting there simping it up, crying. And Sanji goes to her and shakes hands and says, I guess this is, goodbye for now. And she's like, I lied to you, I tricked you, I tried to murder you, and you're gonna shake your hands at me, you fool. And he's like, well, I guess we are enemies. But it is what it is. I enjoyed you playing as my wife, at least for a little while. Whatever. Oh, now you want to split? Now you want to split wigs? Anyway, so and then she goes, and then she goes in. Then she made the Sanji crying face, which was just extra wet. And I guess what she did, she took the cigarette from him.
Yeah.
And then she said, make him a promise. I don't know if she's gonna actually quit smoking.
And then the next panel, you see kind of like the sound effects. The two sound effects.
Meaning what?
It might mean she kissed him, or she might have done something else. So don't take something else as the fucking something dirty. Get your mind out of together. Something else, I mean something with her ability.
Oh, you think she? What's that for speculations? I'm already getting mad at what you're implying, sir. All right, so was there any? So yeah, so that ends Sanji's situation. Like speculations, I'll address that directly because I already have some ideas of what that might have been. Anything else though? Anything that I missed?
No.
All right, guys. So Luffy wins.
A hard press win. I'd say it's a tie. It's a matter of who get up first.
Who's down right now?
It's a matter of who get up first.
All right, fine. What's the time? Whatever. I'm just gonna let you have that, man. I'm not even gonna fight this. All right, so Luffy's the one that's standing. Katakuri has his face hidden.
Luffy's the one that's limping.
Katakuri has his face hidden for another few moments. Oven's sitting outside like a biatch.
5 minutes left until 1 p.m.
Yeah, 5 minutes left till 1.
I actually really like the way that they kind of like show the clock every now and then, like counting down.
Right.
That was kind of cool.
Still no sight of Germa yet. So we'll have to wait and see how that goes.
Germa just dip.
I don't think they'll do that. If they do, they should. If I was them, I would, but that's just me.
They're just like, fuck this shit. We're getting out of here.
Hey man, they already got ripped off. There's no reason to sit around for that shit. All right, guys. So this was our manga review for One Piece chapter 896. Thank you very much for listening in. Discussions and speculations will follow next, as you guys know. And yeah, I guess we'll see you guys for that video, which is gonna come up next. It's your boy Salty Uchiha, Red Hair Kaneki, as well as Persinju, who will holler at you guys in the next video. Peace.